Number 1. Apparently some Pokemon can de-evolve. Maybe not in the game, but there was an instance in the manga where an Espeon devolved back to an Eevee, or on another manga, Charizard, Raichu, and Clefable turned back into Charmander, Pikachu, and Clefairy, respectively. But that's probably just because of storyline. The one that is obviously able to de-evolve is the Slowbro to a Slowpoke and Executor to an Execute. This is very apparent from their Pokédex entries. For Slowbro, there's a few entries actually talking about the de-evolution. They are: lives lazily by the sea. If the shoulder on its tail comes off, it becomes a Slowpoke again. If the tail-biting shoulder is thrown off in a harsh battle, it reverts to being an ordinary Slowpoke. For Executors, it's not so straightforward because rather than the one Executor that de-evolves, one of its heads would turn back into an Execute as stated in the Pokédex entries. Legend has it that on rare occasions, one of its heads will drop off and continue on as Execute. It is called the walking jungle. If a head grows too big, it falls off and becomes an Execute. If a head drops off, it emits a telepathic call in search of others to form an Execute cluster. Number 2. The relationship between Pikachu and Meowth is an interesting one. They are made to be opposites. Pikachu with Ash and his friends, and Meowth with Team Rocket. Just like good and evil, yin and yang. Even their numbers in the Pokédex entry is technically opposites, as Pikachu is number 25 while Meowth is the number 52. There's also how Meowth is based on a cat and Pikachu is based on a mouse. Number 3. Clefairy was supposed to be the main star in the Pokemon anime rather than Pikachu, but Pikachu won with its gender-neutral cuteness, loved by both male and female, that it was pretty popular rather than Clefairy, which oozes femininity with its pinkness and swirls and roundness. Imagine a world where Clefairy was Ash's starter Pokemon. I guess it would have been cute, like too cute for an action anime and might have turned away some boys from Pokemon. Number 4. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, for whatever reason, was based on Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee in the American version. But it's obvious to see that Hitmonchan is based on a boxer, while Hitmonlee is based on a kickboxer. So, in the Japanese version, their names were actually based on the Japanese kickboxer Tadashi Sawamura and Japanese boxing champion Hiroyuki Ebihara. Number 5. I just have to say that Pokemon is an abbreviation of Pocket Monster, because the monsters in the Pokemon world can be put in Pokeballs and then carried around with you in your pockets. If you're not new to Pokemon, this should be an obvious thing that you should know by now. Number 6. Wobbuffet has a secret that it hides so well. Rarely anyone noticed it. The secret is in its tail. The Wobbuffet looks like a happy-looking monster that resembles a blue punching bag that prefers to take hits because of its high endurance and could only counterattack. In its Pokédex entry, you could see it is definitely hiding something. To keep its pitch-black tail hidden, it lives quietly in the darkness. It is never first to attack. It desperately tries to keep its black tail hidden. It is said to be proof the tail hides a secret. Wobbuffet does nothing but endure attacks. It won't attack on its own. However, it won't endure an attack on its tail. When that happens, the Pokemon will try to take the foe with it using Destiny Bond. From this, people believe that the cute blue-bodied creature is just a decoy, while its real body is the pitch-black tail. If you look further, the tail has eyes, while the blue body only has those lines for eyes. Number 7. Magneton is made of 3 Magnemites. They clump together and become stronger and apparently heavier too. Rather than increasing to 3 times its weight, it increased to 10 times its original single weight. Originally, Magnemites are 6 kg each, so when they combined, it should have been 18 kg. But they suddenly increased to 60 kg when combined. Makes you wonder where the extra mass is coming from. Number 8. There's a reason why the move Splash is a normal type rather than a water type. It's because it was lost in translation. In the Japanese version, the move is called Haneru, which could mean a lot of things, even Splash. But they could have used Hop or Bounce or even Ricochet to translate that move, Now, because they used Splash, it makes it feel like it's specifically water type. Keeping hop in mind, it would be funny to imagine Magikarp hopping about rather than making splashes. Number 9. Why is it that Mr. Mime are not all male? This is because in the first generation games, gender wasn't specified, so them being called Mr. was not a problem. But when Gold and Silver started, gender was taken into account. Since their name in Japanese, which is Barriard, is not male specific, they made the Pokemon exist in both male and female genders. Also, in this day and age, we all know by now to not judge someone by their outer appearance nor their names. Number 10. Ditto was believed to be a failed clone specimen of the legendary Pokemon Mew. This is believed to be true because their base stats follows the same ratio, with Ditto being weaker of course, which kinda amplifies it being a failed clone. Their weight and color are pretty much the same as well. Also, they can both learn the Transform move naturally at level 1. Then in the first generation games, Ditto can be found in the Pokemon Mansion, where Mewtwo was successfully cloned, or even in the Cerulean Cave, where Mewtwo could be fought and captured. Also, seeing how Ditto looks like a blob of slime, you could assume they were failed clones that can't seem to retain its own shape, but rather tries to mimic everything else.